One of the questions I do get a lot is, why should I move to Scotland? Is Scotland a good place? Is it a place I can raise a family? Is it a place I can find a job? I have been getting this question a lot, and I've decided to answer this question on this video. So if you want to know if you should move to Scotland or not, just make sure you watch this video to the very end. Hey beautiful Tovians, welcome back. If you're new here, you are welcome. My name is Tovia Ogun, and in this channel I make content about life in Scotland, traveling vlogs, and relationship growth content. If there's something you'll be interested in, make sure you subscribe, thumbs up this video, and leave me a comment. Now let's dive into what we'll be discussing today. So should you move to Scotland? Like, people have been asking me, Tovia, tell me, should I move to Scotland? Is it a nice place? So basically, I'm going to be talking about all of the positive things you should know about Scotland on this video. So I'm going to focus on the reason you should come to Scotland, not why you shouldn't. In another video, I will share with you guys the negative side or the bad side, or things you should be aware of if you're deciding to move to Scotland, or if you want to start a home here or family here, things you need to be aware of. I'll be sharing that in another video, but this video is just going to talk about the positive sides or things in Scotland. The first reason why you should move to Scotland is because there are lots of jobs. I mean, are you just hearing it for the first time? I can't say it's all of the UK because I've not been everywhere in the UK. Obviously, I've been to England, but just not everywhere, okay? But for Scotland, I can actually tell you guys, this is a place where you can get a lot of jobs. I do get that a lot. Will I find a job if I move to Scotland? Yes, darling. As long as you're ready, you can obviously find a job. Do you know, sometimes I have been wondering when I see people in the street begging. There's someone I saw one day while I was on the bus. He had this big banner saying, I am homeless, I don't have food to eat, please give me some money. That was something that was written on the banner he was holding. In my mind, I was like, is that even real? Like, this is a country where there is so much jobs. This is a country where people go in and out of jobs every single time. And there are still people out there that are asking you for money. You know, they are homeless. I understand if you're homeless because sometimes it's hard to actually like find a house in this place to live. But that being said, but the job aspect, I'm always like, anyways, that being said, so this is a place where you can get a lot of jobs. I remember when I newly moved here, there are some people I was working with, and once the manager says something they don't like, or the supervisor offend them, the next day they're not going to come to the job. And when I reach out to them, I'm like, what happened? Why are you not here? They're like, they've left, they're not coming back, they've found another job already. And I'll be like, are you serious? And let me not say I learned the same habit, but of course I did learn the same habit. If I am not feeling comfortable anymore in any job, maybe someone is annoying me or the supervisor is doing too much, yeah, I just say I'm done. And then I get another job in the next few days, few weeks. If you're ready to find a job in Scotland, yes, there's a lot of jobs in Scotland. This is a place where people even work 2 to 3 jobs a day, just to tell you how much jobs is in this place. So if you are like, will I find a job? Yes, you will definitely find a job here in Scotland, okay? So come here because there's a lot of jobs. The second reason why you should move to Scotland is because of free health care. And I believe this is all of the UK, but again, we are talking about Scotland in this video. So yes, you do get free health care here in Scotland, and it's actually extended to international students also, not just people who have permanent residence in the UK. Even if you don't have that, even if you're just an international student, you actually get the free health care as well. Of course, not everything is free because everything cannot be free. Like dentist, it's not free here, okay? I mean, it's actually expensive. So when it comes to dental care or your dentist, that is not actually free. But the general NHS is actually free. You can get your GP, go to them if you're having little issues, and you know, they can also help you. Of course, sometimes it's annoying when you go to your GP and you've already Googled what is wrong with you, and then you get to your GP, the same GP is Googling the same thing. I know that's actually annoying. Let me say they need to train the doctors, okay, the surgeons, they need to train them more than they currently have, because I can search up stuff on Google, go to my doctor, and then you're searching up the same thing on Google, like, what? Go back! anyways, let's leave that. But yes, you do get free healthcare here in Scotland, so that should also be another reason for you to come in. I know most people, they can't actually afford even the minimum when it comes to healthcare, so living here can actually give you that for free. Okay, the third reason why you should move to Scotland, I mean, this one I like it. It's actually free bus travel. Of course, this is actually only to from age 5 to 21 years. You get free bus travel, and if you are also doing, let's say, these voluntary jobs, you're volunteering, and you also get that free bus ticket as well. Whatever your age is, it's gonna be free for you. But that being said, you know, I think one thing about the UK is transportation is one of the most expensive things here in the UK. But you know, since January, Nicola, the Prime Minister of Scotland, she actually made the bus travel free. If you've got a lot of kids that are not more than 21 and you're already thinking, one of the expenses you'll be thinking about obviously be the travel, going to school every day, you need to get them tickets. But once you move to Scotland, they will get free bus travel. This is for everyone, and as long as you live here and you're up to 21, it doesn't matter. If you're international student, it does not. If you're a refugee, it does not matter. You get the free bus travel, as long as I know, as long as I've searched on the government website. So that is actually free for you. So that's another good reason for you to move to the country. Yeah, it is, of course. And when I mean the free bus travel, it doesn't mean you can use your tickets outside Scotland. So it's all over Scotland. If you need to travel from Glasgow to Edinburgh using, let's say, one of the buses like Margate, it's actually gonna be free as long as you are not more than 21. The fourth reason you need to move to Scotland is obviously free education. But again, this is due to your eligibility. When they were still in Europe, as a European citizen, you do get a free education. Your tuition is being paid for. Obviously, you need to pay back later when you end into a certain amount. But it's actually free for you because the government, which is like the association called SAS, they pay for your tuition fees, and you can also get like a free loan and bursary, which you don't need to pay back if you're eligible, of course. But if you're an international student, obviously the fees, nothing is free. You need to work hard for them. Obviously, if you're in your own country, most of your country, you don't get free education. So yeah, that's one thing you can also get here. So that's nice. That's actually good because education is expensive in the UK. It's expensive in Scotland. People pay up to 13,000 to 14,000 pounds in a trimester. So that is not something cheap. That amount leaving your account, do you know how much it is? Do you know how much? Do you know what you can start with such an amount? Yeah, it's actually expensive. So the fifth reason for you to move to Scotland is it is a good place to raise a family. Question mark. Okay, there's a question mark in this one, and that is for a reason. Okay, because I do get a question a lot. Can I actually raise my family here in Scotland? The answer is yes, but with a question mark. I'm not gonna talk about the question mark on this video. Like I said, this is all gonna be positive. So if we need to talk about any other thing you need to be aware of, you need to be careful of, it's gonna be on the next video. Okay, let's stay in the positive side today. Okay, anyways, that being said, so Scotland is a place you can actually raise your family. One is it's actually a very quiet place. I mean, it was really kind of, you know, messier back in the year 2019. You know, the knife crimes, everything were quite high here in UK in general, also in Scotland. So in the whole of UK, knife crimes were really high. A lot of young people were, you know, being harmed because of that. But all of that has actually gone down. The country has, okay, a bit quiet. Okay, that's what I noticed. But of course, it's still busy. I don't mean it's not busy. I mean it's busy. I mean to raise family, you can actually raise kids. Yeah. So of course, a lot of people have been moving here, and that means the population has also increased in the past years. Okay. With that being said, Scotland is a quiet place. You can actually get a house here and then raise your own family here. Start a home here. It's okay to start a home. It's okay to raise a family. And another thing is people do mind their business a lot in this place. Like, I think it's actually too much. I mean everybody wants people to mind their own business and not interfere in your issue, but there's sometimes people need to interfere in stuff, like seeing people fighting in the street and then you're just looking at it. That's not okay. You need to interfere, okay? I mean, that it could get to that extent that you'll be fighting in the street, nobody will even care, nobody will even attend. There was a day I was coming back from work, it was a bit late. I saw a guy, okay, this guy was bleeding really bad. He was really bleeding, okay, and he was walking like he's losing all his strength. He was struggling, managing to work, and I was even gonna call the police. I saw other people in the same street because I was working. I was gonna call the ambulance, sorry. I saw that people in the street, they just is passing. There was someone he passed. I was in the other part of the road, he was in the other side, and someone he passed. The guy was looking at him and he's like, are you okay? Just like that and nothing more. The guy was still struggling, managing to walk. In my mind, I'm like, something could happen to that guy. Why is everyone not doing more? Why is people not calling the ambulance? That's a bit too much. Until I saw him, he walk into the bar, and because I was a bit concerned if he's all right, so I had to even go close to the bar and, you know, move my head, you know, to see if he was okay. So I saw he's sitting down there, and I don't know, I think 1 or 2 people were talking to him, but there were still a lot of people just relaxed. In my mind, I'm like, I mean, it's good to mind your business, but sometimes that's a bit too much. That is a life. Somebody could be hurt. So that's some of the stuff you can get here in the UK, in Scotland, just because people mind their business a bit too much. So, and that means you need to be your own keeper. You need to wash your own back. So if you're raising a family here, you need to teach them to have their back, because nobody might stand for them. There's no way they can call the police or call an ambulance. So they need to be able to, you know, fight for themselves, okay? So yeah, that's another thing. The 6th reason why you should move to Scotland is because of lots of benefits and support that you can get here in Scotland. Now, I'm gonna say something. My last video where I talk about the things I wish I knew before moving to Scotland, if you've not watched that, I will leave that on top so you can go see it. So when I talk about that video, I did mention the government benefits, some of the support you can get from the government, and a lot of people who commented on that video were like, oh, why would you be depending on the government? Why would you want anything from the government? That's not even okay. No, like, shut up, like, that's too much, okay? That's too many blah 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 blah. That's too much. Okay, were you born to suffer? Were you born to struggle? Were you born to just fight for yourself? Of course not. So wherever in a place where you can at least get any benefits, get any support, take it, use it. It is one life. If anything happened to you, you will regret stuff like, I wish I knew. Don't do too much I wish you knew. So take the opportunity that you get now, because if the governments are actually taxing you, like if you work, if you're being paid £1,000 a month for your job, the government will take 20%. That 20%, they won't even be like, oh, let's pity this guy because the money was not that much. They will take it. They will take 20%. That being said, anywhere you can actually get the government's benefits, supports, use it. Take it. As long as you're not doing the bad things, take the support you can hand. I mean, there are a lot of people living under DWP in this country. Like, a lot of people are living under child benefits, universal credits, a lot of them. So I don't know why somebody will go to my comment and be telling me, why would you be accepting benefit from the government? Oh, I see why you're receiving. I don't get anything from the government, point of correction. I don't even get, because I work for myself, okay? Because I don't see why I need it. But if you need it, like I just said, take it. If it's something that will make you okay, take it. Don't waste that opportunity. It will only come but once, they say. So take every benefit you can, take every support you can. So another aspect of the support that I'm talking about is advices with, you know, counseling. So if you're going through stuff, sometimes you can also get advice, counseling, most online, most are even free. You know, when you let someone know about it, you can get free support in that aspect. If you're going through a lot, at least someone to talk to, I mean, you get that as well. Okay, so that's just part of the support you can actually get here. And yes, so yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's another thing you should have in mind when you come into Scotland. Of course, there is an eligibility to everything. not just moving here and then you obviously just qualify. There is an eligibility to everything here. Okay, the seventh reason why you should move to Scotland is because it is a good place for startup. So when I mean startup, I'm not talking about starting your life. I mean starting a business, starting a product, starting a venture. You know, you get lots of support in that area. Like there are companies out there like Princess Trust, Scottish Enterprise. There's more. I can't even remember them now. But there's so many of them. You can get grants. You can get, I mean, maybe the grants are not too big, but it's something. It can help you using something. Even if it's not grants that you're going to get from them, you can get like advices, counseling, mentorship. You can even get a mentor from them that will put you through your venture, that will advise you, that will make you be aware of things you should have in mind. Also, there are competitions that are being done once in a while or once a year where you can also participate, and you never can know, your idea might be so good. I mean, all ideas are okay, all ideas are good. I'm not trying to say no one is not good if you don't get picked. Obviously only one person has to be picked. Yeah, you can actually start up something with that. And also online resources, there's a lot of things online. You know, it's quite expensive using social media in places like Africa, because you need to keep, you know, you need to keep paying for data. It's so expensive. Of course it is expensive, yeah, but the way we live here, you will start, you will also adapt, you get. So that's the thing. It's not like nothing is cheap here, they're not cheap, but it's just the way you live here, the lifestyle here, it will also match, you get. So that is what you need to know. So it's a good place to actually start up a business, start up an idea, start up something. You can even start online, okay? You can start online, and from there you boom. So Scotland or the UK in general is not a place that will just die your dreams, die your career, die something you have an idea of, because you don't have money to start up, because you don't have someone to advise you, you don't have a mentor, you don't have anyone to tell you these steps. That's not the UK. You can actually get those type of support here. Okay, so yeah, those are the 7 things I wanted to talk about on this video. If you're thinking of moving to Scotland, of course there's so many more, but obviously I'm not gonna keep talking for up to an hour. That would be too much, you get fed up. Okay, again, if you're thinking of moving here, just think about the positive side and then move in, and just wait for the other part I'm gonna be talking about when it comes to the negative side. I mean, it's not negative, but it's just things you should have in your mind, you should have in the back of your mind if you're moving to a new country. So I'll be sharing that in another video. If the country was that bad, I would have run already. You understand? So anyways, yeah, I'll be sharing that in another video. Thank you for watching this video. If you're yet to subscribe, do that right now. Thumbs up your notification, the little bell there, turn that on, and like the videos, leave a comment. I love to read comments. Okay, and I'll be seeing you guys on my next video. Thank you for stopping by. Love you all. Bye.